Hello, and welcome to the Tapestry of Gaming. I'm Raveler1, and I have a little bit that I need to say before we begin today in this wonderful game of Crusader Kings 2. And that is, apparently, when I was recording last week, the recording decided that it was going to remove my voice from the equation altogether. It seems like I've gotten that issue fixed, so if you're watching today, you should be able to hear me just fine, and I'm glad of that. But if you are trying to catch up on YouTube, well, there's about 2 hours of content missing as a result of the, well, let's just say the way that this recording didn't come together. So I'm going to try to catch us up today with where we left off, but as a reminder, we are playing Crusader Kings 2. This is an achievement run. We're looking for the achievement Smash the Patriarchy, and we've gone heretical in order to make that happen. We've become Bogomilist, or Bogomilist. I'm still not entirely sure on how that's pronounced, but it's a heresy that encourages equality. And with this equality heresy, we are able to replace men with women in the positions of power. Now, we are the Duke of, well, several times over. Let's move over to the game, and I'll be able to show you exactly where we are. So here we are in the game of Crusader Kings 2, and we are a new Duke. This is Duke Broslav, who is, what, the son of Stitch, who was the son of our previous Duke. So we've had to go a couple generations here because, well, sadly, Duke Keon died at one point, and Duke Broslav was next in line. Now, Duke Broslav is the Duke of Epirus, Salerno, Crete, and Benevento. So we are a quadruple Duke in the Kingdom of Bulgaria. I say kingdom, it is an empire. We are under Tsar Bogoris V, who happens to be our cousin as well. And I do believe that Prince German here is also our cousin, so we've got some folks in line. Yes. All sorts of interesting things going on here. We do have the possibility of a claim on the Empire of Bulgaria that will head into the family somewhere down the line. Meanwhile, we are fairly young. We're 18 years old. Recently married, recently become the Duke, and this is just a interesting time to be here in Sofia. Our capital is Sofia, as it has been throughout the entire game, but we lost the county of Geta here, which I believe is Capua in our version. But in any case, yes, the Duchy of Amalfi attacked Bulgaria, and despite our best efforts, we were unable to hold on to our county. We do have many holdings still, however. Sofia, Arta, Naupakatos, Nicopolis, Salerno, and a few baronies as well. And you can see we've got several feudal vassals that are behind us. As the transition into our new Duke came about, we lost our Bogomilist heresy. So we're back to being Orthodox for the moment. But I am hopeful that somewhere down the line we'll be able to convert back to Bogomilist. I believe... Yes. You don't have a claim. Okay. I was going to see if we had a claim on Bulgaria yet, but that will have to wait for a future generation as this all goes. In any case, let's get back into the game. It's been a little bit. It's been a week. I've been away. I had a conference in Little Rock that got me out of town, so I wasn't able to record any additional content last week to bring in, but I'm sure we'll get back into the swing of things in no time whatsoever. At the moment, our biggest problem is we have no heir of our dynasty. Our heir is our half-brother, who is of a completely different dynasty, and also an imbecile, it appears. Ugh, okay, let's see if we can bring things back into our own dynasty here as time goes on, and continue on this quest to smash Patriarchy. Oh, we're also having too big of a domain. That's also a problem. That means we won't be getting as much money in as we would like. Okay, so Arta. Is this something we can give to someone preferably within our dynasty? Let's see. All, great house, dynasty. Unfortunately, it has to be men at this point. Apollos is 7. Anyone that is an adult. You are already a count. Okashad, you are also a count already. Count of Benevento. 5. How old are you? 10. 3 is too young. 8 is too young. 10 is... Okay, any of you Begamalist? Only Pirpnir. Okay, well, we'll give it to you. You've only got one county at the moment. So here, have the county of Arta, and we'll tie you into the dynasty a little bit further that way. Your son is still a little young. You might be able to... I think we can go 1 over safely. 1 over the domain limit at the moment. Great Duke, +1. What we need is more stewardship. They're not very stewardly. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. Dangerous factions. Oh, that's not a good sign. Increased council power in Bulgaria. We are a part of this. This is fascinating. Oh yes, our mother-in-law is... Oh, I thought was regent. Doesn't appear so. Was regent before. Wow, that's a lot of things that just happened all at once. Any other factions? I'm going to go ahead and leave this. County. Some changing in counties. Bishop Petar is a twitching, paranoid fool. If he is unable to trust even his closest friends and family, how can he properly be part of civilized society? Surely he must be shunned away from it. I'm apparently antagonizing someone. Why? I don't know. I'm not gonna do that. These things happen when you become a new duke. You've got leftover things from the AI. Vestiges. It may be difficult for us to come up with an heir of our own family. Yet another morning when I wake up feeling as tired as when I went to bed. I should do something about my listless mind. Perhaps I need to spend some time alone. Okay, let's go into prayer and meditation. While this random countess is our regent. It's an oddity. Probably should have said that. I've gained newfound respect for the hermits of old. My time spent fasting and praying in seclusion has done me good. God has helped me strengthen my mind. Resolved to be a better man. So 100 piety and a chance to get temperate or diligent. Well, picked up temperate. Moderation is the key. That's right. Okay. Well, that's nice. Guess we have a theology focus. Despite our room the air. No. I don't want to just randomly kill people. That's not our way. Oh, right. There is a civil war going on in Byzantium at the moment. Let's see if we can do anything about it. Yeah. Nope, this is in Byzantium proper. Don't think we're going to be able... Who knows? I don't think we're going to be able to attack them. So, they have 18,000 troops to our... 5,000. Yeah. A little outnumbered. Newcastle Town, great. Yes, that's right. Our new barony over here has been begun the process of building up, getting some extra monies in place. We built this barony with our own money. That's why build up this empty slot here. An interesting mechanic, but it gives us a little bit of a chance for more income and more troops as well. Very much necessary. Game moves up. Hello. Sweet. Kill Duke Gavril of Moldavia. Why? No, he seems fine. Seems like a good duke. No thanks. That increased council power. Down, request council support from our mother-in-law. Fine, we'll support you on the council, mother. Owe us a favor. Good to have some favors here. Alliance. Okay. Duchess. Excellent. Now, I have been considering trying to leave the Empire of Bulgaria here. I wanted to gain independence. This is interesting. Alone, we have 80% of the troops of our liege. So that's a good indicator that we're in pretty good shape, should we need to do something. I might understand more about money than I do about people, but that doesn't mean I couldn't use my extensive knowledge of my realm's economy to impress Duchess Bogdana. Sure. I will write my wife and tell her of our prosperous realm. Because of course, why not? See what she says. Duchess Bogdana seems to have been very impressed by the tales I've spread about my realm's prosperity. Marvelous. Hooray, she doesn't hate me. Maybe there's a chance that we'll be able to have a child together. Which is what is needed in our duchy at the moment. Created and broke out of a faction. Right. Title loss, yes, I'm aware. We're losing a lot of things. Weak claims. Duchess of Slavonia could be pressed for courtier, who is in no way related to us. Svetlusa of Modor, not Mordor. To be clear, a different. Ooh, increased council power, gaining strength. Why? Because Pokashot is really unhappy with us. Perhaps we ought to go on a wee bit of a pilgrimage. Can we do so? Suppose it's under interest. Go on a pilgrimage. 35 gold. Shall go on a pilgrimage to seek God's grace at one of the holy places of Christianity. Travel. There are several different holy places you could visit on your pilgrimage. All of them are considered most sacred by the Holy Church, but a somewhat closer destination might mean a safer journey. So we can go to Jerusalem, Constantinople, or Antioch. Sure, let's go to Antioch. It's held by Byzantium. Walking through a few revolutions, not a problem. Go to Antioch like the apostles. My things are packed. Everything is in order. Ancient Antioch awaits. We should probably appoint a regent. Right, it's here. Minor titles. Oh, we actually assigned her to. Okay, very good. Journey begins. Let's go. Nobody can plot against us while we're out of town, right? That's how that works. Your dedication to religious pursuits has been noticed around the realm. Among others, it has quite impressed Braslav. You have maintained correspondence on various religious and philosophical matters for some time, and find you are rapidly becoming good friends. Our common interests bind us together. As you stop to make camp near a river crossing, along with other pilgrims, you observe a group of builders working on a new bridge just upstream. You walk up to them and see the arches of the bridge are already half completed. The master builder notices your interest and walks up to you and offers to tell you about the construction techniques they are using. Sure. More about this. What over this morning? Riders approach. Thundering hooves are heard down the road. The pilgrims look with apprehension at the rising dust cloud. As the riders close, steel armor and steel-tipped lances reflect the bright sunlight. The tension rises, but then a collective sigh of relief is heard as the banner of the Holy Knights is seen flying above the mass of armed men. The knights halt before the pilgrims and graciously offer to accompany you on the road. Praise be to the Blessed Virgin, a most welcome escort. Or gain paranoid. Yeah, why not gain piety? We're working on it. And while we're away, we learn that our wife Bogdana is pregnant. That's not suspicious at all. Antioch. You have finally arrived at Antioch. This is the oldest city of Christianity, the first place where people actually began to call themselves Christian. St. Peter and St. Paul both worked here, as did St. Ignatius. It is a place where early Christendom was formed and defined, and it later expanded from here westwards to Rome and beyond. As your feet tread the ancient streets of Antioch, you can feel the history and tradition in the air around you. A great and ancient city. The stories of other pilgrims all spoke of how impressive this place is. Now that you can see it with your own eyes, you can only join in their praise. You are glad that you came here, to one of Christianity's holiest places. It was well worth the journey. The prestige, hooray! Or not prestige. Piety. You finally returned from your pilgrimage. It was a rewarding and interesting journey, and you'd do it all again if you could. Still, it's good to be home. A great experience. Gain the trait Pilgrim. Gains us some extra piety and some faith opinion, and lots of extra piety. Agency has ended, and we are home. Good to be home. Doesn't do anything about the faction, it seems. I could take care of this by putting you on the council. You would actually be best as spy master. How about you? You really are not good at much. But with only a single county team, we're not too concerned. So, on to the council. You're happy now. And let's have you study technology in Constantinople. This is the way of it. This pregnancy has made my wife Bogdana much more talkative and cheerful than you. She never misses the chance to chat with anybody within earshot. Unfortunately, most scholars agree that a pregnant woman should spend as much time as possible resting in a dark room to avoid giving birth to a sickly child. Well, she should rest, which would reduce her stewardship but increase her health. Or say, I'll let her have her fun, which increases her diplomacy and still reduces her stewardship, either way. And it's the trait Loxicity? Have fun. Oh, have fun. Liege, we've gained technology. Excellent. Bulgarian Slavonian vassalization war. Yes. Okay, we are at war with Slavonia, vassalizing Duchy. Sting. Let's check tech. We can improve legalism, but I think we want to improve tolerance as much as we possibly can. We can do shipbuilding, but that's not so important. However, improved keeps very well might. So let's gain some more tech. Loyal servants such as I surely deserve some recognition and rewards from time to time. It is widely known that you hold huge lands and many titles, and are as generous as you are wise. Perhaps you would consider granting this humble servant the county of Naupactos. That's not even one that I know much about. Who are you? Count of Coaster, and you want Pactos, this... well, it would make you a little happier. You are my steward. Rather keep these things within the family, but I'm going to say not at the moment. Go back and check this again. Sort by age. Cousin Kaon. Yes, we're going to give you this. Here. Have the county that was requested by someone else. I'm sure that won't come back to you. There you go. And now we're back to our domain limit. Everything is hunky-dory in. It is good tradition to have some gossips around a pregnant woman in order to keep her calm and distracted from the tribulations of this delicate time in her life. As Bogdana's husband, it is my duty to provide her with the support she needs. Give her familiar faces, pay some servants. Yeah, familiar faces make sense. Better, that seems good. We have castle walls. This new barony here. Yep, that gives us what we need to upgrade the castle town again. So we always start with monies. The income, we can't afford much else. But 16 per month isn't too bad. Buckets of ducats here, even without. And we have our new heir! Daughter. Oh, wonderful. Yes, I haven't heard anyone in chat yet today, so we're going to do a random name. You know, in the sense that it would be good to have a peaceful transition of power, we're going to call her Irene. Peace. Irene Braslova. The Makedonska dynasty.